Hey class, so here is the next lesson, which we're going to just look at the vertex form, and also more importantly, we're going to look at transformations. How do we transform a quadratic or a parabola? So the vertex form, first of all, looks like this. It's right here. Whereas the other form I taught you in the last lesson is the standard form. So the standard form basically looked like this, where you had y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. You have three terms, and also you notice it doesn't have parentheses, but they both have the square, which makes it a quadratic, okay? But the vertex form is nice and handy when you just need to, instead of plugging it in Desmos or anything like that, you can just pick the vertex. Okay, so the number that's being subtracted to inside of the parentheses, this h right here, is the x-coordinate of the vertex right here. And the number all the way on the outside of my parentheses will end up being my y-coordinate of my vertex. So h and k, okay? So, and then also the axis of symmetry, which we know it's going to be the x-coordinate, so x equals whatever we have for h. So let's just take some examples here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and start with number 3 here, because, well, here the vertex, even though it's saying -5, look at the form. The form is already negative. So whichever number is here, that is going to be the h. Okay, so it's actually going to be +5. The h is +5. And then my y here is -4. You do have to take the negative, basically the same sign for k. So we tell students that a shortcut for h, take the opposite sign that's given, and for the y-coordinate, just take it as it is, okay? Hope that made sense. Let's go through some examples. For here, I'm going to say my h is -4. That's what I mean by that. Take the opposite sign for h. And then for y, just take whatever you have, -2. Okay? For this one, I have here -3, so I'm going to take, it's going to say +3. And then my k here, I don't have anything written, so which means technically there's a 0 right there. So I'm going to go ahead and put 0. For this one, well, it doesn't have parentheses, but I guess I can rewrite this to say -2 parentheses x plus or minus 0. 0 is not positive or negative. Squared plus 3, because these two are basically equivalent. So that means that my x-coordinate right here is 0, and then my y-coordinate is 3, +3. Okay, so that's what that is. I could graph it in Desmos and show you. Maybe I'll do a couple. Let's just do it. Why not? I have Desmos right here handy. Y equals x plus 4 squared minus 2. Press the home button. There it is. See how the +4 actually moves it to the left. We're going to talk about that in just a second. Let's go ahead and deal with the AOS, which is axis of symmetry. So right here for this particular, you have x equals -4. See how that is the axis of symmetry? It crosses it right there. So I'm going to say that this is x equals -4. Remember, axis of symmetry is always x equals, and it's always the x-coordinate of your vertex. So this will be x equals 5, x equals 3, and then x equals 0. Alright, and then we're going to look at transformations. So what transformation is, tells you the horizontal shift and the vertical shift from the parent graph. Okay, so parent graph is always going to be the same graph, which is basic y equals x squared. I don't have any other numbers attached to it. It's right there. Okay, so what we're going to look at is how do all of these numbers that I put on here affect the parent graph. Okay, so let's see. I'll go ahead and graph it, and then we can compare. before I do that, let me just get the vertex here. Let's practice again. So remember, if it's positive 2, you're going to put negative 2, and then k, the y coordinate is negative 2. Okay? Alright, so let me go ahead and graph it now. X plus 2 squared minus 2. So from the parent graph, which is in purple, I have it right there in purple, it looks like it shifted to the left. I want to know how many units did it shift, because it's a little bit zoomed out right there. It looks like it shifted 2 units to the left. So basically this 2 right here is positive 2. Probably not a good example to have both of them say 2, but it shifted to the left. Oh, sorry, I should have done the first problem. Anyway, it shifted to the left 2 units. I'm writing so bad today. And then this one looks like the vertex is shifted down 2. So 2 down 2 units. Okay, you don't have to really write the word units. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and erase it. So left 2 and down 2. You can always figure this out by graphing, but for this video, I'm gonna go ahead and start just looking at my formula and practicing that way, okay? So yeah, so we're gonna ignore the graph here. Bye graph. Okay, so let's see. What do we have here? Axis of symmetry is gonna be x equals negative 2. Alright, so let me go ahead and graph the vertex. It's at negative 2 right there. And then I know that it's going up because the number here, there's no number, so it's positive, or maybe it's a 1, and then so it's going up. So this, I already have the parent graph right here. I'm just doing the transformation right there. Okay, so there you go. It does have a minimum value. Remember yesterday, or the last video, I talked about the domain and range. For domain and range, it's always going to be all real numbers. And then for the range, it's going to be y such that y is greater than or equal to my y coordinate, which is also negative 2. There you go. Okay. All right, let me go back up here and let me go ahead and just do the transformation. So from the vertex, I have left 2 right there. So you're going to say left 4 units. And then we're going to say down 2 units. Okay. So for this one, it's to the right since it's positive. Right 3 units, and then that's it. It doesn't go up or down because it's at 0, so it just stays like that. And then this one, it's to the right 5 units, and then we're going to go down 4 units. Okay, and then this one, it doesn't move left or right because it's at 0, but it does go up 3 units. So we're going to say up 3 units. That's how you find the transformation without using Desmos, and you just go with the vertex form. Okay, just do one more example here. So here it looks like my vertex is at negative 1 because it says positive 1, so just take the opposite sign, and then it goes down 4, so negative 4. Okay, the axis of symmetry is going to be at negative 1 at this one. Maximum or minimum? Well, this particular graph is negative, so it's going down. But let me go ahead and graph the vertex real quick. So negative 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it is going down, so I'm just going to go ahead and graph that real quick. So this one does have a maximum because it has a high point. Domain, all real numbers. I'll just put an R for now. But for the range, it's not all real numbers. It's going to be y less than or equal to whatever your y coordinate of your vertex is, which is negative 4. Okay, And then this is going to the left 1 unit, and then it is going down 4 units. Okay, that's it, guys. Thank you.